Hello, you all. Just give me a few seconds to share my screen. Okay, well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jameel Robinson. I'm originally from Washington, D.C., uh, the DMV area as well, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. Welcome to the 2024-2025 academic school year. This is our first program. So most of you guys know that this Target Scholars Program started in the fall of 2021, and most of you guys will be graduating in spring 2025. So I know that you are looking forward to that. There have been a few of you guys who have already graduated, so I'm really proud of you guys. And just meeting with a few of you guys already, it does appear as though you guys are going to be successful and you already possess the tools to be successful. Some of you guys want to be doctors and lawyers and politicians and scientists even. And just hearing you guys' story just inspires me. And it really does instill the reason why I decided to join the United Negro College Fund. So great, great, great. So going on to slide 2, the learning objectives. So scholars will learn important dates. I think that's important because we all want to be on the same page. Scholars will learn about resources to help them thrive, and scholars will become aware of strategies to become well-rounded students. So we want you to be well-rounded. So not just academically, but also personally. We do plan to talk about mental health, and that does contribute to the idea of you guys being holistic individuals. So well-rounded. A little bit about the scholarship program. As you guys know, again, we started in fall 2021. This program is for students who attend historical Black colleges and universities. Some of the program benefits is that you will receive help from a college success coach, i.e. me, as well as Dr. Franklin Soares. You will receive help with professional development and internships, training and preparing students for early career success through mentoring, internships, and network opportunities is something that we will help you guys with. And then, of course, the financial assistance. We want to ensure that going to college is more affordable. And so that's the reason why Target, as well as the United Negro College Fund, collaborated on this program. All right, a little bit about me. I am a proud graduate of two historically Black colleges and universities. I graduated from Bethune-Cookman University in 2012, and I also graduated from Jackson State in 2015, where I received my Master of Arts in Political Science. I graduated from Bethune-Cookman and graduated with a political science degree as well with a bachelor's. Most recently, I graduated from North Park University Business School. I got my Master of Business, and I actually worked at North Park University, which is in Chicago. It's a PWI, and I was there for 2 years. I served as the assistant director of the residential curriculum. So I've been in student affairs for quite some time, and I'm looking forward to working at UNCF and serving as a resource for you guys. A little bit about myself personally. I've lived in Houston, Texas, Chicago, New Orleans, Atlanta, DC, of course. Um, I'd say the city that I love most is probably DC. Well, so it's between DC and New Orleans. New Orleans, there's no place like New Orleans. The food, the culture, the people there. There's practically a festival every week. And so just living there for 4 years, I loved it. You know, of course they have Mardi Gras, but they have local festivals like the Fried Chicken Festival. You know, I probably should have said that, but yeah, but they have so many different festivals. They have the Essence Festival, they have the Bayou Classic, and yeah. So when I was in New Orleans, I gained like 20 pounds just living there because the food is so good. But I'd say it's between DC and New Orleans. Being from DC, I'm a little biased, so yeah. I am, so let's see, I have three brothers, one sister. I'm the youngest son. And I have a little sister. She is a little behind me. She's 34. She'll be 35 this year. And then hobbies. I like to go to different restaurants. I like to go to the gym. I just started back running. I like to meditate as well. So, yeah, that's a little bit about me. And we have a second college success coach. His name is Dr. Franklin Soares. Really quickly, let's just all refer to him as Dr. Franklin Soares. He got his PhD, and it's purely out of respect. Getting a PhD is extremely challenging. It's hard. It takes a lot. I got my master's in business, and that was extremely hard. So I could only imagine getting a PhD. So once again, his name is Dr. Franklin Soares. Dr. Soares graduated from Louisiana State, which is in Baton Rouge. He is a college success coach, and he represents Region 3. We're going to talk about the regions later, but there are three regions, Region 1, 2, and 3. So those are your college success coaches, myself and Dr. Soares. All right, so I wanted to go over a little bit about my position. So I know you guys know that I'm a college success coach, but a little bit about the position. I respond to stakeholder and maintain appropriate uh, records. I also assist in addressing complaints and resolving problems of program constituents, meaning you guys. We build and maintain relationships with the desired result of program renewal. We establish and maintain positive relationships with colleges and universities. We train and supervise temporary staff and support staff, and we manage and coordinate the implementation of renewal, confirmation, and verification processes. We manage the upkeep of the refinement of the target operations manual. And then finally, we facilitate and participate in the award processes. So we work with your financial aid department. We're practically in constant communication with you guys as well as them to ensure that you guys do receive the reward. So, and keeping in mind, the reward is $5,000 for the first year. It is $1,665 for one semester. For the entire year, it's $3,333. So that's after year two. To get this reward, we're going to go to the next slide. You have to submit the request for funding, and you have to submit your transcripts. Keep in mind, when you guys submit the transcripts, you're submitting the unofficial transcript. You do not have to submit the official transcript. If you would like to submit the official transcript, that's fine, but typically that does cost money. The unofficial transcript is easy, it's painless. That is different from the grade audit. So some of you guys have submitted that. I have followed up with my region. Just keep in mind there's a difference between the transcript and the grade audit. We're looking for the transcript. And then finally, the academic financial verification. Your respective college and university will be involved in that process, but those are the three documents: request for funding, transcripts, and the academic financial verification. And if you have any questions or anything, feel free to reach out to me as well as Dr. Soares. We are here to support you guys. This is for the majority of you, your last year, and I know you're looking forward to graduating. So let's just ensure that we meet those deadlines and we submit all of the transcripts and requests for funding and all the other documents. All right. We are going to talk about regions. So we have three regions, like I discussed earlier. I am in charge of Region 2. Dr. Soares is in charge of Region 3, and we work together to help Region 1. So there are three regions. All right, so Region 1, that is Bowie State. Bowie State is actually in Prince George's County. I've been there several times. I actually had a cousin who graduated there a few years back. And yeah, Bowie State is a beautiful campus. It's in Maryland. I believe it's the oldest historical Black college within the state of Maryland. It was founded in 1865. Yeah, we have Central State. I've never been to Central State, but I've heard positive things about that, about Central State. And that was founded in 1887. We have Howard University. Many people refer to Howard as the Black Mecca. It's in Region 1, but I will be helping this university. Howard University. And then we have Morgan State, that's in Baltimore. I've been to Morgan State a few times. I'm looking forward to hopefully visiting there as well. Norfolk State, I've never been to Norfolk, but I know, of course, it's in Norfolk, Virginia. Similar to Central State, I have not been there, but I've heard really positive things, and I'm looking forward to being there as well and seeing you guys. I've already spoken to a few of you guys who attend Norfolk State, and I'm looking forward to supporting you as well. And then finally, we have the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. I've been there as well. So the cousin who graduated from Bowie State, they are siblings. So that is my cousin also who graduated from the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. It's a beautiful campus as well. And hopefully I can be there as well this semester. Yep, so those are the schools that make up Region 1: Bowie State, Central State, Howard University, Morgan State, Norfolk State, and the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. Region 1. Region 2, this is my region. We have Clark Atlanta. You guys won't believe me, but I also have another cousin who who graduated from Clark Atlanta. He's from DC, and he actually transferred from Clark Atlanta to Morehouse, which is also a part of Region 2, Morehouse College. And we have NCAT, North Carolina A&T, which is in Greensboro. I have not been to Greensboro, but I've also heard positive things about it as well. Spelman, uh, and then we have Savannah State University, which was founded in 1890. Morehouse, Spelman, and Clark Atlanta make up the AUC, which is also known as the Atlanta University Center. I've been there several times as well. Um, yeah. All right, so that's Region 2. We have Region 3, which is the cohort assigned to Dr. Franklin Soares. And first school we have on the list is Alabama A&M University. We have Bethune-Cookman University. I graduated from there. We have FAMU, which is a rival school to Bethune-Cookman University. We have Southern University. So my brother graduated in 2005 from Southern University. We have Xavier University of Louisiana, which is in New Orleans. I worked at Dillard, and Xavier is probably what, 3 or 4 miles away from Dillard. So I've been to Xavier several times. I've went to the Chick-fil-A. It's one of the few schools within New Orleans that actually has a Chick-fil-A, so I was always there. And then we have TSU, Texas Southern University, which is in Houston. It's in Houston's third ward, and I actually worked at TSU from 2020 to 2021 during the height of the pandemic. And oh, and speaking of which, I do actually have the TSU shirt on. You know, I couldn't find my Bethune-Cookman or Jackson State shirt, but I randomly found this TSU shirt. So shout out to TSU. And that was established in 1927, TSU. It's, I believe, the second largest historical Black college in the state of Texas. PV, Prairie View, is the largest. So, little history about TSU and about how large it is. Okay, so those are our regions, Region 1, 2, and 3. Dr. Soares and I have been assigned to specific regions. However, we will be assisting with all regions. All hands on deck. We are a team, and we're looking forward to supporting you. Okay, so we are going to talk about the ACE plans, which is also known as the Academic Empowerment Plan. We will help you guys. So speaking of which, the ACE plan is primarily for students who have a 2.74 or lower. So you need a 2.75 to avoid the ACE plan. There are some students who decide to take this plan anyway. There are some students who have a 2.76. There are some students who have a 3.5 and decide to do the academic empowerment plan. But essentially, we help you with difficulty grasping new concepts, leading to falling behind in classes. We try to discover strategies on how we can try to combat that. We try to help you with lacking. So if you're lacking motivation, we try to cover that. If you have difficulty with time management, if you have weak foundational skills such as reading and writing, we try to help you with that. And then we talk about the external factors. So we do focus on the academic reasons, but we also discuss personal as well, because oftentimes students who do struggle, it does manifest, excuse me, it does stem from the personal reasons as well. So if you have financial distress, if you have emotional stress, typically that does manifest itself. And so we want to address that. So that is the ACE plan. All right. So mental health resources. This is something that I see is a recurring trend when it comes to Gen Z, but as well as my generation. I am a part of the millennial generation. Gen Z, you guys often talk about it, but oh, excuse me. You guys talk about it, which is great. It's empowering. And so I also wanted to discuss this as well. So mental health resources, let's see. I'm looking at my notes. Give me 1 second. Okay. I cannot find them, but it's fine. So with mental health resources, sometimes it does manifest itself with depression. And so depression is a recurring theme when we're talking about college students. Oftentimes, uh, students report being depressed as well as having anxiety attacks and panic attacks. And that happens typically before the age of 24. And so most of you guys are between the ages of 18 to 22. And so this is basically the prime time for people to experience mental health issues. I did put the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, which is 988, as well as the good old-fashioned emergency number of 911. With the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, you can call or you can chat. I did put a link for the depression test as well. So again, we want to focus on mental health resources and to ensure that you guys have the proper resources to thrive in college. Okay. Time management. Okay, so time management, one thing I've noticed about doing the ACE plans is that time management seems to be an issue with a lot of college students. So the first thing that you should do is create a calendar. Creating a calendar for yourself will help you in so many ways. It helps you meet deadlines, exams, social events, and time commitments as well. Keeping your calendar in place where you can see it every day, such as in your planner or on a wall above your desk. If you prefer a digital calendar, check it first thing in the morning. And there's so many apps now. We have Google Calendar apps, we have Outlook calendar apps, we have Fantastical, and we have Calendly. Calendly was actually founded by a Black man, so it's Black owned. So yeah, just try to incorporate a calendar. It really does help. Setting reminders after you've created your calendar, give yourself periodic reminders to stay on track, such as completing a study guide. That's important. And then step three, I would say build a personalized schedule. Each person's day to day is different and unique to them. So make sure your schedule works for you. Once you've accounted for consistent commitments such as classes or your shifts at work and study sessions, some of you guys are involved in the Student Government Association. Some of you guys are involved in fraternities as well as sororities. So it's important to have a personalized schedule specific to you. Having a schedule that works for you will help maximize your time. Plus, knowing exactly when your laundry day is, or if you have some sort of sporting event, you know, it really does help. So building a personalized schedule is something that you guys should all implement. If you need some help, feel free to reach out to me as well as Dr. Soares. Step number 4, use tools that work for you. Just like your calendar and schedule, the tools you use to keep you organized and structured should be the right fit for you. Some students prefer physical planners and paper, while some prefer going totally digital. Your calendar can help you with long-term goal planning as well as short-term planning, excuse me. Planners, speaking of planners, planners can help you keep track of long-term deadlines such as important essay deadlines, upcoming exams, and appointments and meetings. They often provide a monthly overview each month, as well as day-to-day planning sections. So some of the apps you can incorporate are Plum Paper as well as Papier. And so those are some of the apps that you guys can use. Scheduling. If your schedule is jam-packed and you have trouble figuring out what to do and when, schedule day by day and sometimes even hour by hour. It can help you slot in everything you need to do with less stress. Okay, note taking is also important, from classes to study sessions to errands. Keeping track of everything can feel overwhelming and daunting, but if you write it down, I promise you it will help you. You can have journals, you can have different apps incorporating for note taking, so just keep that in mind. Prioritization. Sometimes there really is too much to do and little time. In those instances, take just a few minutes to evaluate your priorities, consider which deadlines are most urgent, as well as how much energy you should devote to that task. If you are able to complete simple tasks first, try getting them out of the way before moving on to tasks that require a lot of focus. This can help to alleviate some of the pressure by checking a couple of things off your to-do list. If you are struggling to fit everything in your schedule, consider what you are going to postpone. Okay, so it's okay to postpone, but just make sure you write it down so that you can remember to do it. And then step number 6, a lot of people don't think that this is important, but I live by this. Make time for fun. Time management isn't always about getting work done. It's also about ensuring that you can put yourself first as well as your mental health. Consistently include time for yourself in your schedule. So you can include time for yourself by going out to eat. You can include time for yourself going on a date as well sometimes, going to the movies, sleeping even, yeah, so just keep that in mind. And then finding support, preparation, and being structured can sometimes only go so far. Luckily, you have plenty of people rooting for you. You have me rooting for you. You have hopefully your family members as well. Keeping yourself and your classmates accountable is also something that you can have support in. Your school's academic resource center is also available. So just ensure that you have as much support as possible from friends, from family, from people like me. So having a support system is important. And then finally, number 8, being realistic and flexible. One thing I've noticed when I did the ACE plans is that there are some students who always want to get that 4.0, which is great. But if you got, let's say, a 2.5 for the previous semester and you were struggling in specific classes, I think it's okay to say, okay, let's put a range on that. So you don't have to, you can still go for the 4.0, but perhaps you can say, let me aim for a 3.0 to a 4.0. Because if you don't get that 4.0, which is rare, we don't want you to be daunted. We don't want you to be defeated by that. So putting a range on that not only permits you to be realistic and flexible, but it also allows you not to be as stressed. Okay. And it's important not to be stressed, guys, especially in college. I mean, we know that you're going to be stressed out, but believe it or not, this is the best time of your life. Believe it or not. All right. So that's a little bit about time management. All right. Important dates. Morehouse, Spelman, and Clark. I will be there October 24th through the 25th. I will be at the Atlanta University Center. I will be in live in person. Savannah State will be October 28th. I just realized that's my birthday, but that's fine. I will be there. That's in Savannah, Georgia. And then NCAT, Greensboro, I will be there November 13th through the 14th. And yeah, that's an NCAT. So those are the important dates. Please write these down. I will also send reminders to you. I'll send emails. I'm sure Dr. Franklin Soares will as well. All right. All right. So the campus visits that Dr. Franklin Soares will visit is the first school is Alabama A&M. He will be there October 23rd through the 25th. Texas Southern University. He will be there in Houston from October 6th through the 8th. Florida A&M, he will be there October 3rd through the 4th. Bethune-Cookman University, I wish I was going because I graduated there. He will be there October 1st through the 2nd. And then Southern University, he will be there November 4th through the 6th. And that's an interesting date because I believe the election, the national election, will be November 5th. So he will be there November 4th through the 6th. And it's kind of ironic because Baton Rouge is the capital of Louisiana. So the more you know. These are the dates Dr. Franklin Soares will visit. All righty then. All right, so I wanted to talk to you guys about the programming schedule. So the programming schedule, we're already doing the Welcome Back program. That was today, of course. And then October, we will do a Job Career Ready program. For November, we will do a mental health wellness program. So we're going to talk about depression and anxiety. And I did find my notes for the mental health resources. So let me just read off that really quickly. Becoming a college student is overwhelming. And so again, some of the symptoms of being overwhelmed is depression. Depression looks and feels different for everyone, but some of its common symptoms are uncontrollable emotions, fatigue, thoughts of death or suicide, and anxiety. Anxiety is also one of these symptoms of feeling overwhelmed. Anxiety is an all too common emotion, but with rising pressure and stress, anxiety may get out of control. Some symptoms of anxiety include sweating, irregular heartbeat, headaches, trouble concentrating, feelings of stress, upset stomach, shortness of breath. And so those are some of these symptoms. Keep in mind, anxiety does manifest itself sometimes physically. So it's not just a mental health disorder. It does manifest itself physically. Okay. But we'll go into detail for November on that. So for December, we will be focusing on study tips and strategies. That will be right before final exam, so I'm looking forward to that. January, we will have a resume week. Hopefully, we can invite some outside resources for the resume building workshops that we plan to do. February will be a career panel. Our goal is to invite different leaders of nonprofits and businesses, perhaps leaders from different colleges and universities. So the career panel will be informative, and I'm looking forward to that as well. March, we have a blank month. April, we will have a college fun night. And in May, we do not have anything planned for May because you guys will be graduating in May and June. And hopefully the college success coaches will also be there for your graduation. No promises. Hopefully we will be there. I plan to be there, so I look forward to that. But this is our programming schedule from August all the way till April. Okay. So the programming schedule is robust. All right, and this is the last slide. I wanted to hear a lot of you guys' achievements and accomplishments. Like I said earlier, I met with a few of you guys already, so just hearing what you plan to do for life after college. A lot of you guys will already be making those six-figure salaries. I'm excited for that, and just hearing the many challenges that you guys have overcome. I'm proud of you. So this is your time to brag. I want to hear if you guys have been accepted into different graduate schools and law schools, medical schools, etc. I want to know if you guys have a full-time job offer. I want to hear that. Also want to hear about your grades, like if you struggled spring semester, but you definitely plan to do better for fall semester, give me your goals. And then personal, you can have a personal accomplishment, such as if you learn to cook, if you learn to drive, if you have vacation plans. I'm looking forward to hearing them within the group chat. So you can put this in the Target Scholars group chat. So feel free to do that. And yeah, that concludes our first program. It really was a pleasure throwing this program. Uh, and I look forward to doing the other programs with you guys. It will be a lot more interactive. And yeah, without further ado, I'll let you get back to your lives. And I look forward to serving as your support. And thank you for your time.